It doesn't matter if we're ready or not.
Look at that.
We're ready. We're ready.
We are making blue waves, everyone.
Okay.
Woo!
Jeff, hit the button.
Just play the song, Jeff.
Louder. Louder.
No, not working.
No.
Hit all the buttons.
There we go.
Welcome to Everyone Racers, a podcast designed for the world of low-dollar racing and oddball car culture. Whatever kind of LeChump or track dog you run, SCCA or NASA, we won't discriminate. We even think you Drifto Hella Flush guys are alright, as long as you drive it hard and built it yourself. Join us each week for tech discussion, tips, tricks, news and notes from the world of low buck racing, and if my iPad stays open,
our car culture.
And if you can handle it, Chrissy will give you just the tip.
I'll be your pit marshal. My name is Jeff. Everyone report to the paddock.
A little late. This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm mental.
Woo!
And we are Everyone Racers. Thanks for coming back. This is episode 21. I don't know how that happened. So we can officially drink now. And
We are.
yeah, we are
We are.
drinking. You'll see that on
Live.
Facebook Live. Yep.
And I would like to mention that we are drinking from our newest sponsor, Schlipping Tire Beer. So exclusive, they can't even sell it to themselves. Schlipping Tire Beer here at Barber this weekend.
What?
So,
And
follow them on social media.
We also have our own special guest. We have listener feedback live. We have the very famous Craigers from Terminally Confused.
Yay.
Craigers, welcome.
Thank you.
So Craigers will have some good live listener feedback for us later, as well as feedback on our driving on track, which is even more exciting.
Yay.
So, yay. That I'm not sure how I feel about that, but hey, we're
It's not
here for
against
you,
us,
listeners.
so we're good.
That's okay.
That's
so,
right.
So let's start off with what you're working on. Jeff, what are you working on?
All right, so I have been working on Bert.
Yay. Bird. They
Um,
really are so happy that you're there.
Yeah, so Bert, did we mention where we are and that we're racing to the podcast?
We can give some background. We are live at Barber Motorsports Park at the inaugural event of the 2018 Lemon season. I think if anyone had listened last week, they know where
They
we
knew
are,
that, I
Jeff.
know.
But it's nice to talk about it.
We're getting a lot of new listeners this week, so now they're driving back from this very event.
And they're one-time listeners, obviously, because like this isn't going to work that well. So that's where we are, and we are currently sitting in Mental's RV after having fixed all our cars, after racing all day, after having dinner, after packing for the rain. And then Craigers just didn't have anywhere else to go, so that's why he's here.
He ate a sandwich.
Yep.
We fed him a sandwich,
Yep.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm
It's
coming
all
back."
good.
But we're happy to have it.
Well, we're thrilled to have Craigers
And
here.
like you mentioned, it's kind of odd that we're feeding Craigers because normally it's always the other way around.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So what am I working
Keep
on?
going, Jeff.
I have been working on the
You
car
just
that I am
railroaded
racing,
it.
which is Bert. We all know what Bert is. I don't need to re-explain that again. So they are here. There is one guy who has raced with Bert consistently
For years.
for
and
years.
years.
Jason,
years.
we love you, Jason. You're
Yay,
great. But he has not ever run a team himself,
Right.
and he is not head wrench.
Yes.
So there has been some support from me making sure all the wrenching
Sure.
gets
Well,
done.
Bert has had a very good, solid team for years and years and years, but they've all drifted apart. So it's not the same core support they've always had.
Exactly.
So it depends on who from the original team is around that week
Yes.
as to their knowledge of the car. And they each have their own skill set, the same way we all do. And so Jason is a very, very good driver, but he's not usually the hand mechanic, for example. Yeah, but what's up, Mental?
Well, now, aside from a couple of mechanical issues, Bert's doing pretty well, though.
Bert's doing great.
Well,
And we'll
I'll
talk
get to
about-
that.
we'll
I'll get
talk
to
about
that.
it in the main
Yeah.
topic,
So
yeah.
I'm just going to say that there was some brake issues, there was an exhaust leak, and there was an oil change. I would like to mention that we took off the track pads. They were what were they? They were
Hawks
Hawks.
of
They were
some-
Hawk
of some
HP
variety. We know which
4s, I believe, according to the
Wagner,
box.
Wagner quiet stuff.
And
No, they were
I
replaced
put
with
on
Wagner
a
Quest
set
stuffs.
of even worse.
Legit.
CarQuest
Duralast?
Oh,
Organic. That was the name of them.
It's an
Organic.
organic?
It wasn't. The ceramics were not available.
You know what else is organic? Leaves.
Wood.
Shut
Wood
the
is there.
front door. No way.
So I will
Essentially, you put some wooden brake pads in
yes.
the back of Bert.
So
Okay,
so
got
here's
it.
the quick explanation.
I can't wait to
At
race
Road
behind this
Atlanta-
car tomorrow.
No, that's only in the
Oh,
back.
in front of it.
Back.
Only back. It's okay.
Only back. So we put a new set of race pads in the front because we had some, And in the back, they changed the rear brakes with the new Hawks in the middle of Road Atlanta.
Yes.
So they have gotten 2 days of racing out of a set of race brake pads in the rear. I said, how long do they usually last? He's a year or so. So
that's
in
half a
one
race.
race, 2 racing days, they have eaten them out to the backing plates.
They've eaten them out that much?
Yes. They've
Just checking.
destroyed them.
Got it.
What?
Sorry, that's for just a tip.
Just
Oh,
a tip.
no.
So the brake
There goes
adjuster.
our E.
The brake adjuster.
No, it's fine.
We have
didn't-
an E.
I'm still telling my story, everybody.
Sorry.
Yeah,
We didn't
you know,
stop you.
You know how long ago it got lost and I don't care still?
I know. The brake adjuster was way biased to the rear, and no one knows who touched it. It has been fixed. So the Wagner Quiet Quip brake organic
Duralast wooden
organics
brake pads.
will hopefully last a little bit more tomorrow.
So
Okay.
our sabotage plan worked.
It worked when his team did a tank
Except
slapper.
they were, yes. Drivers doing tank slappers is not actually the sabotage plan, but it worked out quite well.
It worked out quite
So
well.
that's wonderful. Thank you.
Mental, what are you working on?
So as I mentioned that Liz is a great car until she goes into Fussy Liz mode, which she's in Fussy Liz mode. So right now the fuel pump went out, so we replaced that, and then we noticed that it was wonky in a corner, so we replaced the lower control arm. We got that all buttoned up, and then that's when we noticed that the wheel bearing was bad. So we got the wheel bearing replaced on it, and now the upper tie rod is bad. So in replacing the upper tie rod, they stripped the bolt. So as we speak, Jerry is wandering the paddock trying to find somebody with a tap and die set to fix the bolt for the upper tie rod so they can put it all back together and get it shoved up for the rain. So Liz will be out tomorrow because basically we got one stint in today.
And who drove that one stint, Mental?
Oh, that would be me.
Oh, great. So are you going to
and
let
wait,
your teammates
And which
drive tomorrow?
Hang on, which one of the people in this room passed you today during your one stint? I don't want.
No,
that's
that's fine. Because if you're introducing this level of trash talk, hey, everyone here who, while during their stint, had a top 3 raise their hand. Oh, that would just be Chrissy. Yes,
Shut up.
You did pass
Thank
me.
you.
You did pass me. You did pass me.
Top 5. Keep your hand up. Top 10.
Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah!
Whose hand is not up yet?
Mental
Wait.
or Craigers.
Let's keep going.
Oh,
Top 15.
Oh no,
Craig. Top 20.
Right here. Suck it.
Top
You
20.
did-
All right.
When?
All right.
Early on?
Briefly.
All right,
Early
all
on?
right, all right,
Okay.
all right. Mental's hand
Okay.
went up. Mental's
Sorry.
hand went up. So, okay, there you go.
50, and I can hold my
There you
hand.
go.
How about
Thank you.
like what?
Got it.
How many cars in this race? We just
We
do
don't know.
all the
80.
top.
No,
Oh.
it was because
Okay.
we started out in 76 and Jerry looked it up there at like 84.
Oh,
That
okay.
started. So.
Okay, so all right, so Mental, you're done.
They are still wrenching as we speak, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Well,
there.
well, you kept working on things and kept finding more. Like, said, well, it's this bushing. Oh, let's replace these lower control arms. Oh, well, we put those on, but now this wheel bearing is terrible. Okay, well, we fixed that. Oh, well, look, now the wheel still moves. Chris, what's this? I was like, well, that's your inner tie rod. Well, crap. Okay, let's go get another one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's a Thunderbird, so like the parts
Then
are
you
around.
rolled your ball bearings around on the table.
That's
Yes,
the wheel
there were
bearings.
ball
Well,
bearings
the
everywhere.
ones that were round, and then there were the ones that were pointy, and those didn't roll very well.
That's
No.
hence why it
Needle
didn't
bearings.
work well. It
Needle
didn't roll
bearings.
that well. Okay,
It didn't roll that well.
Chris, what you working on?
I got us here and did stuff to the car. Like I've been working on Hamza's car. Hamza brought a car mostly ready. And today we drove it. It was great. Except it wasn't. The brakes were a little weird. Like you'd step about 3/4 of the way down to the pedal.
Well, you started on Friday too. You started sorting this thing on Friday.
Yeah, I had problems.
We've
with
been trying to
that.
sort the brake problems for all weekend. So the problem was the brakes you could press them 2/3 of the way down and then you would get pedal, but it was consistently that way. But even when you're early on the pedal, you'd get some brakes, but not a lot of brakes. So we would do what we had to do to get the brakes. We tried new rotors. We tried taking everything apart. We tried cleaning the mating surfaces. We tried all kinds of things. And eventually what we found the problem was, I mean, should this be in our main topic as opposed to what I'm working on?
Yes. No. This is
Yes.
repair.
This is repair.
We're going to talk about driving when we get to the
Okay.
main topic.
Okay. So the repair part is we found that there was a spring that was not installed correctly that walked back the left rear pad or the caliper every single time because the spring was wrong. It was pushing the caliper back. So every time you step on the brakes, the first half of the pedal travel was reseating that left rear caliper, and because the left rear and right front are on the same circuit, you wouldn't have those brakes. So that's why the left front locked up first every single time.
So I was in the right seat at one point.
Yeah.
And I said, this corner is diving.
Yeah.
There's something going on here.
Yeah.
You knew that.
So that's how we got it to work and worked fine. And so eventually, by fixing that spring, all of a sudden it worked great. And the reason we figured it out, we took all the wheels off, and John Heflin and I were doing a walk around in the car.
John Heflin,
amazeballs.
Mercedes expert.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just
He looks at the BMW. He's like he's very humble. He's like, I don't know about these BMWs, but he
then
does.
He's magic.
Right, he does. So John, we were looking at it, and I grabbed the brake pad, and I go, I was like, wow, there's a big gap there. Ding, 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 ding. Like you can shake the brake pad.
What'd you do?
I could, ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
I could almost
great.
remove
Thank
the
you.
pad.
One show a night, Chrissy. We've had this conversation.
I know.
I could
No,
almost
no,
remove the
we
pad.
don't
There was
do
enough room. That's how far it was pushing back. Just
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
spring was on wrong and the spring was loading this caliper, and that was it.
Yes,
So,
we gotcha.
And that was the difference.
Flip the spring, all better.
Put the spring on the right way, and suddenly we have great pedal.
Chrissy,
Yay.
you're up.
I can't wait. I am so excited
I know.
for great breaks. I had I knew the breaks were bad, but we had a great time. Anyway, so my deal today, I really like to cook. I don't like to cook. I like to be in the warm. So everybody's standing outside. And yesterday was stupid cold. So it was stupid cold, and today was a little bit better. So really, I cook dinner, and I really like to
Keep going.
And
I'm
breakfast
sorry. No,
and
no,
lunch.
no. You
Keep
told me to
talking.
look that way.
I know.
You cooked
Keep
breakfast
talking.
and lunch.
Talk loud.
I do. I cook. Oh no, I cook breakfast. Come on,
Yeah, you did.
it's great. So I really like to. I just like to be inside. So I cook all the food because I like to have food and give everybody.
Everyone likes food.
Yay.
Awesome. Is that it? Craig, what you working on?
Oh,
Oh my.
Bye.
Yeah.
That's all his cousin Chrissy's
I
notes.
said, are you done?
yeah, that's fine.
Craig, please tell us what you're working on.
Sure, I feel like I've cut Chrissy off, but I'll
no.
continue on.
You're
No.
just like everybody else on the show.
So after 4 black flags for my team, and we got
Wait. How many?
4 black flags. I set some toe, and I found a loose toe adjuster, and yeah, the Del Sol was just having an unfortunate day. Everybody was having problems driving it, so we got the toe set, we got the toe adjuster set, and we're gonna go see what happens tomorrow in the rain and the slip with a driver that spun. It'll be fun.
Well, how many times did the driver spin?
The driver that's going out in the morning spun once.
How many of the rest of your drivers spin?
Let's see. I went 4 off, and the other driver spun twice.
How many total?
Well, I happened to see that driver spin one of those times, and when they spun, they kept spinning.
She was not 4 in.
and spinning.
Or 2 in.
2
No,
in.
no.
How do you get
She
4
was-
in?
4 in.
Oh,
you have to
my.
use both hands.
Well, that's your hands, right?
Yeah,
One's
no.
your. Never mind.
No, so she. We have.
I'm
we
still
have
curious what that fourth one is,
Right
Jeff.
now, I was like,
You have to wear a kilt to use that one.
right?
Oh,
They can't see you. They can't see that you were
so
killed.
that's
Yeah.
only
For the-
that's only the Krager's option is the
for those
four
who
in.
don't know,
right?
is the folks there? They always wear. I call it an action kilt. What is it called?
An action kill.
Utila kilt is the brand.
Utila kilt.
I
Utila
like,
kilt.
I like
like
action
action
kilt. though.
kilt.
Action kilt,
Action
because
kilt.
basically it's you, Kurt, and Mary Harris all wear the
Yes.
Utila kilts.
Yes.
Like
and
they
they're-
have like tools attached to them. These are actually pretty dope. Actually.
Like a machete.
I could hold. I mean, a 6-pack of beer and a machete. Yes. Yes.
So you're ready for anything at that point.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right.
News and notes time.
News
News and
and
notes. This is all about Chrissy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So, I need my notes. Hold on.
Yes.
Okay, so my note. So I'm getting my notes. So last week we talked about grid girls
and
Grid
the week
girls.
before, and the week before.
Right? No. So this
This
is
is a
my
reoccurring theme.
soapbox, right?
Reoccurring
So my-
term.
Sorry, not sorry. My last week we talked about I was Grid girls are gone. We were so excited, and now they're out of a job. So the women now employed are all taking one final stand on social media, and they are
because they're all Instagram models.
Right. So they're now all out of job, and they're sad, and so they're. I'm sorry?
I was just asking to interject. Usually when I hear people complaining about jobs, it's, they're going to take our jobs.
It took our
right.
jobs.
Right. This sounds a little different in pitch and tone and in enunciation than that.
Hi. They're taking our jobs.
They're taking our jobs.
I'm a Formula One grid girl.
They've taken our jobs.
Okay, so
they're taking our jobs.
Okay.
All my spandex.
So somebody
and
said
guns.
the political correctness has gone mad. There's one grid girl who said, "This is ridiculous that women who say that they're fighting for the women's rights are saying what others should do and what shouldn't do, whatever. This is dumb." I'm sorry, there's cheese and cheese.
We're fully
going
aware
on
it's
here.
dumb.
Okay. So somebody said that one of the girls was concerned that she said if one of the girls she did grid work and promotional modding, she wouldn't be where she is now, and in this male-dominated sport. And she now does stunt driving and is a competitive driver. And she thinks that she should have been, what she did is better. And now she's going to now she doesn't have a job. And
how does? Can I interject here? Question,
Yeah, please.
Because you read the article and I didn't. How does wearing hot pants in a grid holding a flag
That's all I'm saying.
get you into stunt
I'm
driving?
saying.
So apparently she knew a lot about cars, and she was really trying to promote the cars. Look, I'm not trying to promote them. I think grid girls are ridiculous. I am really just trying to say grid girls went, and then they came back, and then they came back.
Now they're
and
complaining they're taking our jobs.
Taking our jobs. So you know what doesn't have grid girls? The Lemons Retreat from Moscow Rally.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Chrissy's mom.
There you go.
You know what? And while we're there, you know who is absolutely empowering to women and an inspiration to women everywhere?
Quite.
Chrissy's
mom.
Yay.
All right.
We love
Yes.
Chrissy's mom.
Yeah,
Hi,
we love
Chrissy's mom.
Hi, Chrissy's mom. But no, so
And Chrissy's whole family, because they're all listeners.
Actually, they are. Hi, Jen. Hi, all of hi. And Jen,
Joe,
we're
Chrissy's
rocking.
dad. Hey, Chrissy's dad.
Chrissy's dad.
Jen, we're rocking your awesome sign
I
on
know.
Facebook Live.
She was
Live.
watching a while
So,
ago.
but we had the Lemons Rally, and it terminated here last night.
Terminated is a bad word to use for the
That
rally.
is absolutely a terrible word.
How
I
about
think it only terminated for
triumph
that one
here.
truck, that one
their
car was
final
here.
goal here. Their final goal was
concluded?
here. Concluded is a good one. So
Victorized?
I got here late, but you guys were all up the rally. Chris, what was actually just stop this. Craig,
Stop this.
Craig, what was a couple of your favorite cars from the Lemons Retreat from Moscow Rally?
I'll be perfectly honest with you.
You didn't go.
I didn't look at a
No, you didn't look.
Fair enough. Get off the mic. Oh, God. Chris, you were up there. Chris, what was a
There's
couple
so
of
All
your
many
right,
favorite
good
things?
cars.
there were so many good ones. A
Really
couple of the
good
ones I
ones.
could think of. First off, I think one of my favorites was what Carl Applegate, our longtime listener and friend and provider of these delicious Cheez-Its and Easy Cheese that we are
Delicious.
snacking on.
Only because
Carl,
he has a
Right.
cheese
You
whiz
And he has
rock
soup.
to your skeletal core.
Yep. And I have definitely had Easy Cheese on my Cheez-Its this evening, and I thought it was flying too close to the sun, but if that's the case, bring
It's
it
amazing.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Icarus.
I understand
Fly,
why
Icarus,
Icarus
fly.
died.
Yeah.
He died happy because he had Cheez-Its and smoked cheese whiz.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
yes.
now we found the sharp cheddar Easy Cheese better than the American
And-
Easy
and
Cheese.
on the hot and spicy
the hot
cheese,
Yes.
spicy
which is
cheese
really
is
the only way to
go.
go. Only
Anyway,
way to
Carl
go.
has this ridiculous 1950 something Chevy that it was his dad's. It's got a
Yes.
350 and a T10 4-speed. And they did a clutch this morning, like started at 8:00, and they had the clutch done like 11:00. He rolls up, he's like, "Yeah, we just did a clutch."
Okay.
Okay, great. Like they're obviously far better mechanics than I am, and
That
they.
truck is so cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
Wait,
and
which is theirs? The truck.
The
oh,
ancient-
the
They were here.
50s
They were
truck.
with the
here.
ridiculous
I
patina.
had no idea that was
Yeah,
Carl's.
that's Carl's.
Yeah.
Good
Follow
job
him on-
out there, Carl.
Follow him on Instagram at Baltimoreon.
Yeah, Baltimoreons.
It
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is an excellent car. And there was I think now, Jeff, I'm not going to steal your one. The Eagle that I know is your favorite.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
But I'll give a shout out to the Saab 9000
Saab
Aero
9000, yeah.
because that
I knew
was
that
one
was
of
one
my
of your
Bear Rally
favorites.
cars. Was a Saab
I
9000
missed that
Turbo.
one. He was gone before I got
And
here.
it was a wonderful
Oh,
car.
we-
We had 4
they
people. We had
walked
luggage,
through.
and the
Wow.
air conditioning worked, and we got 32 miles per gallon going 85 miles an hour everywhere.
Yep.
And it was wonderful.
Until the gas tank fell out.
Until the gas tank fell on the ground. Yeah, it totally just fell on the ground. We fixed it with ratchet
tape.
straps and duct
Straps.
tape. And I drove it all the way back to Pennsylvania that way. And then I drove it to work for a while that
Did
way.
you
Yeah, yeah.
sell
What
it with
was-
ratchet straps?
No,
what
no,
was
I
the-
eventually replaced them because the
What was
straps
the
were
quote?
cheap.
What was the quote when we were building the ratchet straps on that?
I was trying to figure out how to get the ratchet strap from dragging on the ground because there's always the tail, and I'm like looping back and forth, and I'm like I could band it with duct tape and blah blah. Mental comes over and goes, "Why don't you tie a knot in it?" And I look up and I go,
That's not
It's
remotely
exactly how you said it. So why don't you tie a knot in it? And I said, listen here.
Wait, if I say it one more time, does it get more southern the
Yes,
third time I
yes.
tell you that's not
It
what I
said,
said?
Listen, Sonny. Listen, boy. Why don't you tie a knot in it? And I looked up and I looked at Chris because Chris was under the car with me, and I said, "Motherfucker."
Oh, we got an E.
I didn't say
There
that.
goes the E.
No,
I did
We
say
already
that.
got
Did not
E.
complete it.
And my
And I
dad
said-
and
I said-
stops listening.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
no.
sorry, Mental's
Sorry,
dad.
Mental's dad.
I said, I look up and I go, listen, I'm an Eagle Scout, I'm a rock climber, and a sailor. I don't need some jerk off who rides the back of a plane for a living, telling me to tie a knot in it. Go away. And he walked away, and I go, Chris, let's tie a knot in it.
You know what we didn't do,
Anyway.
though? We didn't tie a knot.
We did.
No, we just duct taped the hell out of it.
It
So that's
was
good
a-
enough.
But either way.
Gorgeous bit of duct tape.
It was, it was.
So many
Elaborative duct tape
pictures. It's
effort.
amazing.
All right, so
Chrissy, what was your favorite car from the Lemons Rally?
Oh, I walked.
pick one.
I
Just
know.
pick one.
The short bus. I have a
Short
I have
bus,
a, I have
yeah.
a short
It was-
bus.
it was
I
pretty
used
dope.
to, I owned a short bus, so I have a heart place in
No,
my
no,
heart
no.
for short
rode
buses.
on one all.
Hey,
What?
hey,
Rode
I'm right here, Jeff. Just stop. Just stop.
Mental drives the short bus.
That's what I meant.
No, but anyway, like
That's
I
why
owned
Mental's
a
so
short
comfortable
bus.
in a helmet.
It's like fine, it's fine. I like short buses.
That's
It's
cool.
Okay.
That's
Mental,
okay.
Mental, how about your?
They had a thing.
What's your favorite?
All right, I got to give a shout out to Steph and that super awesome Continental hearse that they had. But honestly, my favorite, and I'm trying to talk him into selling it to me, is Speedy Cop and the diesel powered Plymouth Satellite. That I did because I had an old 300D. I love it, and I love Plymouth Satellites. It's just cool.
What are you gonna do with it?
Drive it to work, and anger Plymouth purist and anger Mercedes purist. It will be beautiful every
Okay.
day.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
Now, Jeff, yours?
You know what? I wasn't actually gonna pick the Eagle.
Really?
It wasn't a
Oh.
wagon.
No.
Although, apparently Steve
yeah.
McDaniels has already called
I
dibs
heard
on
that.
the Eagle.
Long
That
roof for
twice.
life.
Yeah. So long roof for life, absolutely. But so the Eagle is fantastic.
Hamza!
Oh,
Oh, my God!
oh,
man.
Special
GDO
guest,
man.
GDO
I'm
man.
so excited.
And
Welcome to
Steve.
Everyone Racers.
Oh, thank you. It's very good to be here.
Oh my God! I'm so excited. GDO man.
I did not come here to join podcast. I came here to bring Johan to join podcast.
Oh my
So,
gosh! You people, you don't even understand who these people are.
As always,
Goes on track.
Folks, go to Facebook. Literally search for GDO man.
Don't,
Follow him on
don't.
Facebook. It's fantastic.
that is an awesome jacket you have there.
Oh my
Well,
gosh!
this can only
oh
go
my
well.
gosh! I'm so excited.
Here goes our E.
It's like very thick, this thing.
Who are you?
Yo, man, yo,
it's
man.
obviously thicker
like-
than you're used to.
It's a Coke can with a portobello on top.
Stop
That's
it.
what it is.
It's like
In my country, we don't normally just talk into this. Oh, no.
Who are you? Tell us who you are. What car do you drive?
So I am, like so. Oh, I got to put my lips on it?
yes.
God.
Close, lips close.
Okay. Oh, lips close. This feels
And-
very sexy.
Enunciate.
Okay.
Enunciate.
Who are you?
So I in the world of lemons,
You don't usually talk like this,
known
though.
like as the G the Yeoman.
Yes.
I drive the superior vehicle. It's a 1973 super exclamation point Beetle Beaches. Is that okay to say on this
Whatever.
radio?
We already lost.
We're on the radio?
No, we already lost
already
the
lost
E.
the E.
Oh,
You say what you want.
it's not for everyone then. Okay. So-
Just like anal fisting. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
now it's getting a little.
Yes. Count on
the
the boy
vapors.
from New
I'm
Jersey.
going to get an
to
email
go
from my
there.
dad for this. Thank you.
Chrissy's mom just not do
Oopsies.
that.
Oh, yes. Stop listening 15 seconds ago, please.
So, Mr. Yeoman,
Duh.
that is a
Mr.
fantastic
Yeoman.
jacket. That is that deer skin?
It's,
Is that calf skin? What
it
is that?
Some very sexy.
Oh, it's
feral.
sexy.
It's probably feral.
It's definitely been shot.
It
Oh,
is,
wait,
but I'm wearing layers, so underneath.
and underneath is this velvet smoking jacket.
And what is it? It's
Who
the
cares?
Saint Lawrence.
You
Because I am the classy guy.
that's very classy.
Well, he is the epitome of a gentleman racer.
Absolutely.
Absolutely he is.
Gentleman racer.
Because pocket square.
Pocket square.
Oh, yes.
A fuchsia
Fuchsia
pocket square.
That might be vermilion. Jeff.
Vermilion, yes.
Yes.
In a chocolate
Because it has the
brown,
word
All right,
million
so
in it.
chocolate
How
brown
did you do-
velvet smoking
How
jacket.
did you do today?
It's complicated.
Okay.
It is complicated.
Okay.
So we set a fast lap of 157, which is like top 10 fastest laps.
Sure.
157 is
did
about
a
a million
157.
in the Beetle.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Did you do it? You?
No, we have one crazy animal.
Great.
It doesn't even have name.
Did you shoot this animal to make your jacket?
It comes out of cage in the afternoon. We put him in. We slap like raw meat on dashboard. We say, you drive until you get to raw meat, and then you can have it. And so, I mean, this guy's animal, right? I mean, it's animal.
I thought you would feed him liquor ball sandwiches, but I guess
Liquor ball sandwiches. Yes, the first
Liquor
reference.
ball comes after, if you know what I mean.
That's true. That's not till track goes cold. Then you can have liquor ball
No,
sandwiches.
I think he was mentioning when the sun goes
things get
down,
hot.
and then liquor ball sandwiches.
Yes, liquor ball sandwiches are afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is completely fallen off the rails here
Only because
in a great
We do
way.
something, yeah. Well, you know, it's a beautiful thing to be in this radio program with you.
Well, we appreciate
Thank
you joining
you.
us.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us.
Mr. Yo Man.
Thank
Mr.
you to the
Yeoman.
So, yo,
GDO
man,
man.
you're fantastic. Your jacket is fantastic.
Everything is fantastic, honestly. And folks,
You am the man.
and in the most awkward segue in podcast history, I'd like to say if you enjoyed that great story, why not go make a story of your own? Because Extreme Experience puts you in the driver's seat of some of the world's best supercars at over 20 racetracks, coast to coast. No speed limits, no shifting restrictions, and no governors. Head to
Panties required. They let you run panty free.
sorry, Extreme
head over to
Experience.
xxspeed.com and choose your supercar. Find a racetrack near you and start making a story of your own. They've got 7 models of exotic supercars to choose from, 20 plus racetracks, and a year-round location in New Orleans, Louisiana, with a 3,200-foot straightaway. I used to be the chief instructor down there. Go see my buddy Alex Awesome. He's fantastic. Professional instructors like myself, Chris, or Jeff in the car with you, helping you explore the car's limits and learn how to drive the racing line. Save 25% when you use the code EveryoneRacers at xxspeed.com. Book it up today. And when I was a full-time instructor with Extreme Experience, my personal discount wasn't even that good. It's Extreme Experience. It's your turn.
Question.
But your dick was bigger.
Oh my gosh.
Question.
Well, I'm sure GD.
Stop.
What?
I'm sure
Question.
GD Yeoman's favorite car for that would be the Porsche 911 GT3 because
Absolutely.
it is so
GD
similar
Yeoman's.
to the '73 Volkswagen Super Beetle.
Super exclamation
Yes.
point.
It is
Beetle.
absolutely because they borrowed your Beetle when they designed the GT3 in order to. Exactly. Dry sump.
So mental. Just to check, we are sure that's 25% and not $25.
It is 25%. I emailed him twice because I'm a little annoyed that my discount wasn't that good.
I had a moment
Act
of
now.
panic as I was reading it last week, going,
Seriously?
he must have mean $25.
Nope, 25%.
25%.
25%.
Amazing.
Yes.
So
it's time for listener feedback.
Listener
And
feedback.
actually,
Listener feedback.
We have
Listener
live
feedback.
Live
Listener
now.
feedback.
Holy
Now,
crap.
Craigers is going to give listener feedback, but it's not from Craigers. It's from a different listener, but Craigers is going to provide it. So, Craigers, please.
Oh yes. So Curtis, he thinks Jeff is great. Kurt M. He thinks Jeff is great. He thinks Chrissy is great. He thinks Chris is great. He thinks we need to stuff Twinkies in Mental's mouth.
He's not even listening.
he'll listen later.
to-
He'll listen
to-
later. Don't
yeah,
worry.
Yeah. So Mental needs Twinkies shoved in his mouth to keep him quiet.
That's the listener
That's the
feedback.
listener
Listener
feedback. And it's from Kurt M. So that you know who it's from.
He delivers the feedback.
Because he's like, I can't beat him up unless I hit him with my truck.
Oh, no.
Twice. I'd have to hit him twice. I'd have to back up over
No, like
him.
3 times.
Yeah. And then honestly, then he's still just going to be nice and let me keep hitting him until he gets
Then
tired.
he's just going to be mean.
No, he's
he
never
might
going to
get
be
mean.
mean. He's incapable of being mean.
I believe there was a Facebook message.
There was.
Do you have it?
I do. Give me let me just.
I will give some other listener feedback.
So
while you're
Aaron
going. Oh, you got it.
Aaron Hoff wished us all good luck at Barber this weekend, which apparently worked for all of you, but not us. Not us on the.
Well, hey, you got a good full stint in.
Yeah, that's true. So sorry I could not join you guys. The Toyota production engineering team is there to help us say hello, which we did last night. We went by and had fun with those guys. Loves the podcast. Keep it up. When all of you pass the Corolla Woody wagon with the orange surfboard, please don't hit it too much because the contact paper keeps all that rust together. Looks forward to hearing tonight's podcast that we're recording live as I watch the GDO man squirt cheese right into his mouth.
Hell yeah.
So awesome. So, hey, Aaron, thank you so much for the listener feedback. Jeff, you've got some listener feedback.
Actually, I don't. I was gonna give some, but you got it.
No, from the guy that brought us who just spit
Oh,
cheese in.
Carl.
Carl.
Oh, Carl
Yeah,
Applegate.
Carl.
Carl
He was
Applegate.
hanging out with us.
I was hanging out with Carl Applegate. So Carl Applegate, the lovely presenter of our Cheez-Its and cheese. I saw him
Jesus
from...
and cheese with
Oh,
us
no,
together.
no.
Because he don't play.
Easy cheese.
Easy cheese.
Not
Whatever. I don't know.
whiz.
He said the podcast is fantastic. He said, Jeff, you sound great. Mental needs to back up just a little bit.
Carl, you knew what you were getting into when you subscribed to the podcast.
Wait, are we sensing a theme
I'm
here?
sensing a theme. I don't know.
Maybe if our feedback would resonate with our
No.
teammate.
No,
No.
it won't.
No.
He's had too
No.
much tequila tonight to understand.
Listener feedback. Are we done?
Yeah.
We're
All
done.
right.
Next.
Main topic. This is news from the race. We're going to talk about what happened, what's been going on. We got Squatting Slavs t-shirt.
Slavs and
Very good.
tracksuits. Yeah.
That's very nice. So, main topic. This is the update from the race. Is Chrissy going to start?
Yeah, Chrissy's
Okay.
going to start.
I can start. So today I had. I'm sorry. What? Stop.
It's okay.
What's going
Mental's,
on here?
Mental's mad at me.
So today, I had a great stint today. So Hamza built us the fantastic car. Really,
it's very boring. It's an E36.
I'm sorry.
Cheaties all
No.
get out. Cheaties all get out.
Well, we had no brakes.
We had brakes. We thought we had brakes. I knew where the brakes were, so it's great. But Hamza really did a great job on building just a fantastic car. Really comfortable, awesome car.
is a great car.
Brakes were a little messy. We had to work with them. It's all good. But we knew that from Friday, so we dealt with it today. And I was in the middle of the stint, so I did I started midday about.
You were the second.
One,
third driver. You're third driver.
Third driver.
Yep.
I started with
Yep.
1 o'clock.
And Chrissy, when you got into the car, you were in 5th. What position were you in when you brought the car in?
I was 3rd.
2nd.
No, I brought it in 3rd. Oh,
You-
was
you
it-
were in
you were as
second.
high as 2nd.
You were in
Well,
second.
well,
while she was
Time.
driving, she was second. Yes, absolutely.
Wait a second, I forgot to give the.
Seriously.
I looked at, I was driving and I'm looking up at so we have a tower at Barber Motorsports Park. It's great, beautiful park. We have to say,
Gorgeous park.
Gorgeous.
The whole
Totally.
track is amazing. The track's amazing, but the people that work here are just unbelievable. So I
It
have
is
to
strongest support I'd say we get from any
It's
track.
I
we
have
go
to
to.
almost
say-
as good as Miller.
Oh, it's
where Miller apparently,
unbelievable.
if you would happen to accidentally drop a piece of paper on the ground, 2 seconds later there's someone behind you sweeping it up.
But it's
But these guys are maybe 5 seconds
Exactly,
right.
behind.
They're
yeah.
really
Exactly.
great.
Yeah,
So
they're great.
So we were really there's a big tower. So as I'm driving, I'm going down the street and I can see the tower out of my side of my eyes, and I'm like, it's a 3rd. And then I was like, I was up to 2nd. So I was up to 2nd, and
And you know who doesn't run second in races? Grade girls.
No.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna
say
no,
Chrissy's
no,
mom,
no, they
but-
don't do that.
Yeah.
So I
So-
brought it back in 3rd.
So
Chrissy's mom
while
is-
that was
Chrissy's
happening-
mom is first in being awesome.
While that was
First in
happening,
your heart.
while that was happening,
those
Chris and I were on the 3rd story watching you,
Oh yeah,
and we were looking down, and I said, Chris was like, I wonder if she knows what's happening. I said, is there any chance Chris is looking at the tower? And he goes, not a chance.
Oh no,
There's
no,
not a chance. She's looking at the tower.
Oh no, I definitely did. I was like, oh my god, it's 2nd.
It's so
And I
easy
was
to
like,
see.
Oh, 2nd.
You
And
know,
then-
you know why I said not a chance? Because I didn't notice it for my first 2 hours. I was up there. I didn't see shit.
no,
Which is why you weren't running second.
really
No,
good.
I was only
no.
fifth.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you, Chris.
Chris, you're up. Well, tell us
how'd
about
you
what's
do?
going on.
How'd you do?
Well, today I started off the track. It was started off the day with us. The car had weird brake problems. It was a little bit better first thing in the morning because actually what we did, we started off the morning. I was dressed in my race suit at AutoZone at 8:40 to get the brake rotors for us. And when I called Hamza, I said, "They're here, they're here." The phone books are here, Hamza. He then, right. Hamza then started taking the brakes apart. So as soon as I got back, he put the brakes on while I was getting in the car. We were all set, and then we were rushing, and then all of a sudden we were ready to go, and no one was even getting on track at that point. So they're like, oh well, we didn't really need to rush. And
Well, I said, I was like, aren't you supposed to be at the parts store? At 8:30?
oh
I was
yes,
like,
I should.
it's-
So I
it's
drove
8:30.
Hamza's rental F-250 with the diesel, and I have to say, something that weighs 8,000 pounds shouldn't be nearly that fast.
I did the same thing.
Isn't
I
it
drove it out
great?
for fuel, and drove it out to get when we drove the RV, I guess, is when I drove. When did I drive that thing?
Doesn't matter.
And I was like, this thing is got some pop.
Yeah, like I was on the off ramp and I gave it the beans like I would my Suburban just because you have to, and all of a sudden I'm doing 85. I said, oh, that's a little much. Okay,
And I'd
that's
like
enough.
to point out to the lovely folks at Enterprise Rental that we here at Everyone Racers never violate the speed limit and always treat your vehicles with complete and total
Well, Hamza,
respect.
85 is kilometers.
Exactly.
That's right, that's right.
exactly, Exactly. exactly.
Since you mentioned it, Enterprise Rental, # you should sponsor us.
Hashtag you should totally sponsor us, Enterprise Rental.
It's Enterprise commercial truck rental. Let's be clear.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Anyway,
# you should
so
sponsor
I
us.
drove it for by the time I did my warm up laps and everything else, it was an hour and 45 minutes, and it brought the car in sixth. There's only a couple cars that could pass me in stick. Tatas passed me. There was a
Tata's
Tatas
passed
pass
everyone.
everybody.
And after having driven that
They're
car
so good.
yesterday, I did a half-hour stint of practice day in the Tata's car, and that is epically fast. But it's because it's well sorted and it's well
is.
done and it's
They've
well built.
put
And they're so
we've
good.
talked about this
Yeah.
before. They put a lot of work into that car,
Yeah.
and it's just really, and you would hate them if they were jerks, but they're
Right.
just such.
But
great
they're not.
folks.
And the car, yeah, it's fast, but it's mostly because it's so well sorted. So anyway, Hamza's car, we drove it fast, drove it well. The brakes were a giant mess, and we brought it in sixth by the end of the day, which was great. That's after everyone got through it, and it was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we already heard how'd you fix the brakes. So the brakes will be good
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
They're already done. Like I drove around the paddock, and they were perfect.
Perfect.
No way.
I'm glad to hear that. So we could talk about what's not perfect.
Mental.
No.
Mental. So I think you read
No,
directly
Mental?
from the.
No,
the
let's go
notes
ahead.
here.
And I'm going to read directly. Hello, my name is Mental, and my T-Bird, which is not my T-Bird, is hella butt broken after I drove it and my RV's out of propane. I'd like to add that my teammates are incapable of deadbolting an RV door or putting blocks underneath the jacks and leveling the RV. So that's how I'm doing.
Great, Jeff. How about you?
What?
That's fantastic.
We were.
What?
Stop.
Okay. No.
You have failed, and I had to fix it.
Mic drop. Please turn it off before you drop it. Thank you. That was the
I'll
sound.
take Chrissy's mic and I'll give mine to
There you
Craigers.
go.
This is a great idea.
Perfect.
All right, so here's the deal. If for those of you listening at home,
Which
Bert,
is everyone but the 8 people
that's
in
right.
this room.
Like,
And Chrissy's
all
Chrissy's
5
mom.
of you listening at home, Bert is a rocket,
It is.
It's a
It's
rocket.
been quick all day. It's
just
been
like
quick all day.
not a guided missile, straight. All right, Bert wants to go straight. Bert does not want to turn. It oversteers and it understeers.
At the same time?
No. In the same turn, maybe, but not at the same time. Yeah. So the brakes have some sort of locking issue. If I get on them a little too hard, the rears lock.
Yeah, but didn't you solve that?
We solved that. We hope.
Well, tell us about that.
We already mentioned that I put on the Wagner Quick Stop /
Right.
organic.
Power stops.
Organic. No, Power
No,
Stops would be
organic.
better.
That's organic.
Oh, that's right.
The
they're
Wagner
organic.
Organics. They're made of wood.
They're made of wood. Made of wood.
Wood and leaves.
So we also cranked.
Hashtag Wagner. You should totally sponsor us.
So we cranked the brake controller the right direction.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll be
Well,
better.
You turned it right, and you hope
right.
that's the right
That's
direction.
right. That's true.
So, well, that's right. It's not left.
So Jason, who is one of the car owner's principals, he took it out. He goes a 2-hour stint. He brings it back and forth. I go out. I've never been in this car. I've never been on this track. I bring it back in 7th. I thought I was doing pretty good. I was feeling good. And then we put in a guy who's I learned has had a lot more track experience than I thought. So the Brit on our team, we shall call him Richard. Maybe that's not his real name, but
Not-
probably is.
Not Dick.
It actually
Dick.
is.
Yes,
His
I
name
know.
no.
is actually
Does he-
I'm
Richard.
trying
Does
to
he-
protect his
Does he have
anonymity.
spots? Does he have spots?
Yes.
If it's British and his name's Richard?
Yes. So no, he is not a spotted.
You guys
never
don't
mind.
get
Not
it.
Dick.
Yes, not a spotted dick.
Not Dick.
So Richard actually has had like Skippy school and a bunch of other stuff. So
Yeah,
he's
that good to help me.
well, he did a pretty good job. He was
Says
actually
the guy
going.
who turned the fastest lap of all of us.
So he was doing really, really well, and then he got a little nauseous. Maybe he got a little.
Well-
the 2-hour. He's never done a 2-hour
Wha-
shift
do you have
before
any suggestion of why he may have gotten
because it had an exhaust leak, which I already
Okay.
mentioned that we fixed.
Got it.
But so he has never done 2 hours before. He said it got to him a little bit.
I will call BS. He's done 2 hours in the Honda.
Oh.
So if he had an issue,
Sorry, Richard.
So-
Our listener feedback says you're a liar.
So we were 20 minutes from expecting him. We were
Right.
expecting. We were 20 minutes from expecting him, and all of a sudden he pulls into the paddock.
Actually,
Bert has no radios. Bert has no nothing.
Yeoman has some feedback about that
Oh.
2 hours.
Wait, so that's like 20 minutes in front of your lap? No, 2 hours in front of your laptop count? I mean,
It might.
because I'm like fudging a marathon man, right?
Wait, it takes you 2 hours?
No, you don't understand. I mean, I'm a professional.
Oh, okay.
Multi-champion Fist of Fury of Japan, 1
Got
year.
it.
I
Got
finished first and third, okay?
That is very commendable.
Congratulations.
Very commendable. So the British guy, who may or may not be called Richard, did a tank slapper.
Thanks, Dick.
And tapped the wall. He comes in 20 minutes early. We're not expecting him, and he says, I have to get out. So we put the next guy in and say, do 2 laps, bring it back because we need the fuel. He does 2 laps, we fuel, he does 2 laps, and he spins. So we had 3 stops in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was bad. We went from 7th to 20th.
Yeah.
We finished the race. We are now in 17th. That's it.
Oh, no.
That's
Now,
fine.
now that's actually commendable. So you went from 7th to 20th, and you guys are still rolling.
we
in
picked
top
up
20.
We picked up. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
legit. That's so.
3 unexpected stops.
And and this is not a point for us to start bragging because I know how this goes.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So, but to give some folks here, if you've never driven Barber, and we keep ranting and raving about what a beautiful facility
It's
this is.
freaking
Come
awesome.
do a track day here. Come do anything at Barber. Come do the Porsche school. Come do the Mercedes school. It's phenomenal. But Chris, let's go around the table. Chris, what were your lap times? Because I think you're the fastest among us right now.
I had a low 154.
It was gorgeous.
But it was first shift of the day, first shift of the weekend.
True.
My whole goal was not to get the fastest lap time, but was to bring the car in exactly the way I found it, not crashing
True.
anything. And when I brought it in, I said, this car has got another 3 seconds in it.
And they found
And then,
it.
and then another driver found those 3 seconds exactly as I said.
But that's it.
So
But
that was good.
because you gave it to it, and now Chrissy, we talked about this while you were out on the track. You were a Lego person with your consistency.
A
It was
Lego
gorgeous.
person. Lego.
was-
I don't know what that
Lego
is.
person?
I mean, I
It
know
was-
what a Lego
it was
person
just- no,
is. I
here's
don't know
the
what he
I like
means.
Lego people.
It was you were
can't
so absurdly consistent.
I'm
Yes,
used
your
to it.
hands
You
are
it
in the
was
shape
gorgeous.
of a C.
No. It was,
So
this is a
annoying.
compliment. No, it was So what were you running, Chrissy? Because you brought the
Oh,
car in
I don't wanna
third
talk about
place,
it.
and you
No,
got in
it's
second
fine.
place.
They were not as good as I could be. I was above twos.
Yeah, but barely. Just and the
That's
thing
fine.
is literally rock solid the whole time. Same
Yeah.
time. Jeff, what were you running in the in Burt?
It took me a little bit of time to get comfortable. I already mentioned the brake issue. I did a handful of 159s.
Wow.
I may have gotten a 158. I don't remember. I
That's-
was really close.
That's dope. What you got, homeboy?
So I had my best was a 158, a bunch
Woo!
of 159s and 2s, and I believe it was when I was following Bert.
Yes,
We were running together a
we
good
played
today.
for
And
like
that's
5,
where I'm,
6
that's where I'm
laps.
going with
Yeah.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of great time out there. So it just to give you guys an idea. So when Chris talks about how fast that car is, I want our listeners to have a scale because they know what they were running. But yeah, you were absurdly quick. You were depressingly quick.
It-
So
it-
like if
I
you
think we
were
call that
me.
mad assing. You were mad assing around that track.
But you started.
I was having a good time. Yeah, I was having a
good
good.
time.
Now, one of my favorite things about Barber is there's a lot of details around this track that you have to look to see, especially relating to the sculptures. Like,
Yes.
for
Oh my
example,
gosh.
Sculptures are fantastic.
under one bridge, there is a woman hanging by her hands from the bridge trestle.
And she's an addition because she wasn't here last
Right.
year.
And then
Yep.
if you go
Yep,
on
yep.
the road on the way out, in one pond,
Oh no! Hold on.
Jeff.
This is Jeff's.
Can I tell a
favorite.
story?
Excited.
Please.
This is going to be a side story.
Okay.
So
We do lots of those.
I was the first person at the required track day drivers meeting. I had already taken care of my, quote, morning business, and the entire RV was asleep. Close. It was the one you do where you're sitting down.
We just got an E on our Facebook
I was trying to
Live.
get
I don't know
past
how
it.
that happened.
I was trying to get past it, and the GDO man suggested something a little different. So I said, I'm not going to go back to the RV and listen to everyone sleep. I will go to thing. So I ran into the track manager, and the track manager had the flags, and he was going to do the drivers meeting. And I said, this place is fantastic. I love the sculptures. I love this. And he says, oh, it's so funny. There's this woman hanging herself from a bridge. It's a mannequin. And when you see it, don't pull over and tell us about it. And the guy said, like, who would do that? And he said, well, I had a guy in a motorcycle race literally do 2-3 laps and then pull in to be like, oh my God, a woman committed suicide. You need to go cut her down. Now, I went through it. She's in lederhosen. She has a big long skirt.
Yeah.
And
quite.
it looks exactly like a mannequin.
and she's smiling.
And she's yeah.
She's
it was-
pretty happy about it.
smiling?
Yes.
No.
No, she is. She's happy.
She is.
Yeah.
She does have a sense of humor about it. Yo man says.
So
Chrissy, you're not going through the turn in a state of calm appropriate to really drink in the surroundings.
Agreed.
Yes, sure.
Agreed.
Now,
It's before.
there's a second part of the story, and this was sort of listener feedback as I'm talking, and I wish I remembered his name. The guy next to me says, "Your voice sounds familiar." I listen to the Everyone Racers podcast. Are you Jeff?
He's laughing a lot.
And I'm like,
crap.
Craigers can't even comment. He's
I'm
laughing so hard.
dumbfounded. Like, I have no idea who you are. He said, we were talking for a bit. He knew I was from Jersey. He knew you were from PA. He was like, oh, Mental's here? He's only from Atlanta. He has to be here. I'm like, no, he's not here. He's got to go to work. He's like, oh, he's a school teacher, right? Like, he knew way
Oh
too
my
much
God.
about our lives.
But we think this is fantastic.
Because that means we have like real fans.
We have
I would go
tens
that
of
far.
li-
I didn't say he
tens-
liked it.
Up from
tens of
5s to
listeners.
10.
You know what,
So-
Chrissy, you were 100% right. I say from now on we officially
Have tens
refer to our
listening.
fans as from the 5s to the 10s.
I apologize. I immediately gave him one of the new hot off the presses E1R stickers.
Oh,
Which you've got, you can only get in person.
You only
You
get in
got to
person.
show up to a race.
Or if you give us a 5-star review on iTunes,
Oh,
We will-
there,
we
there
will
we
send
go.
you-
send you a
Yes,
sticker.
Yep.
absolutely. Give us a 5-star review.
So-
You're
so-
getting a sticker.
Next,
Looks great on the back of your race car.
absolutely.
Yes.
So-
Or your tow pig,
or
or
your topic.
trailer, or NSX.
So I'm
or
gonna
toolbox.
I'm gonna apologize. I don't remember your name, but he promised he would give us listener feedback.
Okay.
But we
Excellent.
love,
Okay.
we love,
Let's do
we
it.
love him already. I love
Excellent.
this guy
So
already.
it's the time for Hello Sweeter But Terrible. I think it is. So Hello Sweeter But Terrible this week is wearing a skirt in a race paddock. So we're gonna have a debate here. And I think
First off, it's not a skirt.
It's a utility kill.
It's an action kilt.
on the pro side of the debate, we have Craigers here. Craigers, what's the pro side?
It is the most comfortable way to do a race.
Okay, why? Why?
Well,
Wait.
you don't have any construction.
But
it's
but
nice and
it's
cool.
really cold out.
Oh well, I have some natural insulation.
For our non-Facebook Live listeners, he's just showing his rather manly, hairy legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why else? It's cold.
It doesn't matter. It's really comfortable.
How about riding a quad with your kilt on?
Well, you do have to hold
It's
it
an
down.
action
Keep it
kilt.
from blowing up.
If I may interrupt, I have some thoughts. So, while initially it's kind of sexy, it quickly becomes disturbing, and I have seen you and your teammates on a quad rider at the wrong angle. And I know way too much about your personal grooming. So,
Your new nickname
When-
that only people here at Barber will get is Colt.
Colt. Excellent. Yes. Hey, if you didn't want the show, you shouldn't have come to the race.
So can I?
So we're gonna go around the table here.
So I'm gonna go next.
Okay.
For those of you who have not been listening since episode 1, other than Chrissy's mom,
love you, Chrissy's mom.
I wear all the time knee pads. I'm gonna do something here. This is an effect. That is the sound of the microphone hitting my knee pads. Some may say that's not exactly manly, but I'm saying anytime you wear personal protective gear, it's manly. So, Chrissy, get a high five for Chrissy. Whoa, just sit, yo.
Safety girl.
Safety third.
Safety girl.
girl.
Give her a high
Safety
five.
third.
Safety girl.
So,
I love it.
So I'm saying you wear whatever you want to wear, even if it's a skirt,
Absolutely.
even if it's knee pads. That's my.
Let's go around the horn. Hello Sweeter But Terrible wearing a skirt at the track. Craiger, start us off.
Hella sweet.
And I'll go with him. Hello Sweet. Chrissy?
Hella sweet. I Mary, our fantastic Mary champion.
Ah,
I
you
love
took-
her.
you took mine.
She wears. Don't care. She's
yeah.
great.
Yes.
Yes. Go. Yes.
And I was going to go with that is one of my favorite people on the planet. Mary wears the action kilt, and then also your teammate
Curtis.
and I tell my students about Curtis because I am absolutely certain that if Satan himself was to scuff Curtis's shoes, Satan would apologize. And Curtis is one of the nicest people on the planet because Curtis fears nothing. And Curtis wears an action kilt. And I keep asking you guys, where can I get one? So you told me this weekend,
utility
There's
kit.
a
where
thing-
can I get?
There's a thing called Google.
No, stop.
So utilikilt.com.
Who should
Hashtag,
totally sponsor
you should
us?
sponsor
They should
us.
You should
totally
sponsor
sponsor us.
Because I'm ordering mine next week. I am totally getting a utility kilt. That is just gonna the action kilt as is gonna rock.
So I'm going to mention someone else who wears a
And
skirt
I say
around
hella
the paddock.
sweet.
Randy Popst. who had a great
right.
conversation
Boom.
with.
Microphone drop.
Microphone
that just
drop.
happened.
Hella sweet.
Hey, he took my stint in the car.
I
today.
know.
I was totally
Do
going to
you
be
wanna
in a
tell
fast
that
car.
story real quick?
No, it's all right. I was going to be in a really fast car. It was great. I drove their car yesterday. We were all set, and then someone else was better, Randy Pope. So if I get bumped by Randy Pope, I'm okay.
Hashtag Randy should totally sponsor
All right,
us.
so let's keep going. Keep going, Jeff. Around the
Catback
horn.
racing.
Keep going around the
Oh,
horn
sorry.
about the kilt. So around the horn. Keep
My
going.
phone-
GDO man, what do you think?
Ah,
Oh, we spilled easy cheese.
All right. GDO man says, but terrible because he says he knows too much about it. Hamza, what do you think about wearing a skirt in the paddock? Hella sweet but terrible.
I'm not here to tell anybody what not to do or what to do.
Hella sweet but
You
terrible.
do you, I'll do me.
Hella
And if
sweet
you
but
doing
terrible.
you is
Pick one.
rocking the
Pick
kilt,
one. Pick one.
Press on.
Fine.
That sounds like a hella
give,
sweet to me.
Give the microphone to Scott. Scott
Scott is thumbing up.
Scott of the
Or his name
Ala-
is Steve, but
I'm
that's
sorry,
okay.
I'm sorry. Steve of the Alabama Dun Racing guys. He says hella sweet.
All right.
Okay, so it's officially the
It is
answer:
hella
wearing a
sweet.
skirt in the paddock is hell sweet.
Hella sweet.
Okay,
Very
Totally,
nice.
they
Craigers
should totally
wins.
sponsor us. Craigers wins. As
Okay,
he
everyone,
should.
let me reassemble. Please let me reassemble the RV and get a shout out because it is time for just the tip.
So today's just the tip. I have to say, I'm not going to do just the tip. I am talking about an issue that happened recently about welding, and I'm going to pass this off to Craigers, our awesome addition.
Guest.
To this. Yes.
Guest, yes.
Go ahead.
So as Chrissy normally does all the safety tips here,
Quite.
when welding, do not make yourself part of the ground circuit.
This is so crazy.
Is this a
So-
personal story?
It is
Oh,
a personal
it is
story.
so
it is a
personal.
personal story. So
crazy.
So Mary and Chris with tetanus had an issue with a car. I offered to help weld it. They found a welder. It was a sticky welder. The gun wasn't working right.
And we love tetanus.
We love tetanus. We love Mary. We love Chris. So I set myself up with their borrowed welder and all this, and the gun jammed. And so I said, hey, I need a pair of pliers to pull the wire out of the gun. And as I'm pulling the wire out of the gun, and apparently my calf was grounded really well to the car, and it wouldn't move, so I bumped the trigger, not thinking about where my hand and where my calf was. Sorry, I didn't be closer to the mic.
That's all right.
So
Okay.
voltage hurts.
Voltage hurts.
extremely.
And that's
And-
a safety tip from Hamza, and I discovered this weekend electrical engineer.
Yes.
EE.
Well, that's the
Can't
issue.
spell the two.
sorry.
Can't spell
I
two
am a
without two E's.
degreed
I'm
electrical
sorry.
engineer.
Tell him what he said.
No.
What did he say?
Who, me? Oh, Hamza, yes.
Hamza said-
Voltage hurts, amps kills.
Okay.
I took some voltage. It wasn't that much amps, but it did lock the entire right side of my body
All right.
up.
So what happened? So you ground yourself.
I grounded myself. I
The
pressed
voltage went through his body.
well, the current actually went through my body.
Sorry.
The voltage is just the potential.
Darn
But
EE.
yes,
I
yes,
understand.
I a little bit of red spot on the calf, and I was hurting.
Okay.
I had to take a moment.
To put this in redneck terms, electricity bad.
Yes. So keep yourself out of the ground loop. It's a bad place to be.
Thank you, Craigers, for doing just the tip
Excellent.
today.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, is that about it, Jeff?
That's about it for me.
Okay. So,
Folks, thank you. And, well, I'd say we apologize,
Battery
but I'm kind of
low.
proud of this one. So,
you are? Your standards are low.
a little bit.
Well, we knew that.
I'm a government employee.
The theme song is playing, so we know what it means. Thank you for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers live bonus episode from Barber Motorsports Park at the opening Lemons 24-hour race. We hope you'll join us in the world of driving, racing, and building because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe at iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. If you have any questions or want to give us some show ideas, drop us a comment on their Facebook page. 5 stars get you a sticker. Everyone Racers.
Woo!
Or like our race team Facebook page, 3 Pedal Mafia Lemons Race Team. If you'd like to help us produce the show, hashtag sponsor us. Thanks again. Until next week, keep the shiny side up. Unless you got any of the crap that's here, you have no shiny side whatsoever. So just keep the wheels down.